What is Gucci? Manucci's. We are live. Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. I am Darwin. I got AV behind the camera, and we got Eddie from Unlimited Fence in the background. You know what I'm saying? But today we have a special guest. We have Pearl. Now, Pearl, welcome to the Half Court Podcast. I know you're a little nervous. You know,
she's over here breathing and
yeah.
Se persinó antes
Yeah.
de que empezara.
He was taking meditation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do good. But like I said, the first 10 minutes is a little tense, but kind of tell the people, introduce yourself and tell the people what you got going on.
Hi, my name is Perla. I'm barely launching out. Well, I launched out today my fitness.
So it was today that you launched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today.
Gotcha.
Oh, shit.
My activewear.
Hell yeah.
I have t-shirts, leggings, water bottles, hip bands. For right now.
Okay.
So
you launched it today. We did a photo shoot for the brand. And what is the name of the brand?
Epic JJ Activewear.
Epic JJ. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the logo. I always say it. The logo is pretty creative. Whoever made the logo, shout out to whoever made the logo.
Robert Mayo.
Robert?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does it mean, JJ?
JJ stands for the initials of my son, Javier Giovanni.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it in honor for him.
Okay. So Epic, and then you decided to do the JJ. So
yeah, he was epic. I mean,
Epic.
he was amazing. He was ornery. He was very active. He loved working out with me and stuff. So
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to get you on the podcast is because at least we know they're out there. There's a lot of females that are doing their stuff, entrepreneur, opening their own businesses, but we have a hard time finding them. So that's why when I saw the opportunity, I was like, let's bring you in because I feel like, females in general, I think need that as well. That empowerment, that motivation, like, let's get it, and you've been a fitness guru,
Yeah, thank you.
One of the stories that Clarabelle and Rodolfo would say is that you were doing CrossFit when you were pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
like,
I seen that. I said, yeah.
I was
I would
like-
see her on Snapchat, be like, what the fuck she's doing?
Yeah,
So-
I loved it.
how did like the whole fitness thing started?
It started about 6 years and almost 7 years now. Clarabelle invited me to go to Zumba, and I was like, I didn't like Zumba, and I was just one of those people that didn't like Zumba. But then just being with the wrong person motivated me to go work out, and so she would go to Zumba. So I finally decided to go, and from there it started. And then I went to Zumba for like 2 years, and then I started CrossFit. I didn't want to just do cardio because I was losing just weight,
Muscle mass and stuff like that.
yeah. So I started doing CrossFit, and I said, "Oh my God, where you been all my life?" Like, that's amazing.
CrossFit,
it's
oh
amazing.
man, it's another level. Like I feel
You
like
didn't get
it's
fucked up? Like your knees didn't hurt?
Now I feel like a grandma. My joints hurt. You have to take a lot of vitamins and stuff because
take care of your body in general after that. Like,
So was it like one of those things too where you were just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway? Just 'cause
I didn't care about the pain anymore. Like it would, and I loved it because they would push you so much, like to the extreme where sometimes you would puke, and sometimes I would cry. I would cry because it was just so intense. You had like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do so many reps.
because it kind of pushes your body to the limit, It's
yeah, definitely.
At what point did you say, fuck this, I'm going to fuck
Never.
myself up? Well, no, like whenever you still do it? Like you still
Not
do CrossFit?
anymore, no, because I started going to the gym now.
So at what point did you say like, nah, I can't keep doing CrossFit. This is going to
Because I was losing more of my body, like
muscle mass, because it was too much cardio, huh?
It's too much cardio.
okay.
Yeah, it's a full body, so I was more thinner.
Yeah, so you lose a lot of calories, and it's very hard to replenish
And there's
that.
nothing but like deadlifts and fucking
Yeah.
squats.
Power clean.
And then kettlebell exercises and like muscle ups.
Pull-ups,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, oh no.
Oh man, trust me, and I'm still not good at running because we
Yeah.
would always run, and I was the last one to finish the mile.
I think that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like, because I play basketball too, and like every time I would hoop and twist my ankle, the next day I'm back in the gym, and it's like it's just the love of the sport, the love of that you just I broke my
couldn't
hand.
stop.
I have this hand fractured, and they told me I had to be out not playing basketball, no physical activity within 6 months. But then like 3 months down the road, I was already I was like, I can't do it. I can't I have to be doing something. So, and especially when you love the sport, you just do it. Fuck it, But Yeah, CrossFit, yeah, that's another level. Like, I
Yes.
feel like I'd be all crippled and hell no.
Same, my doctor had told me to stop going because I was pregnant, my first 3 months to stay away. I didn't stay away. I still did it. I was lifting the same. I was like, no, I'm not stopping.
So,
And you didn't.
I was 2 weeks away from giving birth. And I
And you
only
were doing
stopped.
CrossFit?
How would
I
you
was doing
feel when
CrossFit.
you were fucking working out?
that's a lot of
Good.
weight that
like
you're carrying.
I would
explain
do-
that. Like how
I
were
would
you?
do Zumba in the mornings, and then I would do CrossFit at 6:30.
Damn.
And
you still do the same amount of weights
yeah,
as before?
yeah.
And that was with
Every-
your boy, that one that I cut up.
The little one, yeah.
No wonder he's fucking.
Yeah.
Full of energy, man. And we did that photo. She was running over here, over there. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, shit.
damn.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
yeah.
And
it
the
all-
only reason I
yeah.
stopped doing CrossFit 2 weeks before is because I could feel his head down there.
Yeah. That
And
is-
I was like, okay, I need to stop because,
He's gonna pop.
yeah, he's going to come out. My coach would tell me, Perla, go home. Like, if you want to
what are
keep
you doing
coming,
here? Like,
yeah, like, it's time to stop. And I was
Yeah.
like, no.
that is crazy. Like, what drive your, like, because normally when you're pregnant and like you're literally 2 weeks away, like, I'm pretty sure you kept going constant to the gym and
Oh,
working
yeah.
out. Like, what drove your fuel? Because at that point, like, you're tired, you have a baby, like, it's your stomach and like the barriga feels heavy.
Go
and
home,
stuff,
lady.
you know?
Yeah.
So
You're crazy.
Your average mother is like resting and like, like make sure they're not doing anything too crazy.
Yeah.
But you're over here at the gym. So what fueled that?
I was struggling with depression and anxiety, and they told me to take medication, and I didn't want to. Because I read on it, and, it can end up hurting the baby and, having problems after giving birth. So I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. And I just did counseling, and I just did workouts. And
So
that's
like therapy, like one-on-one counseling.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that help?
So you my bad. You just didn't want to be like home and thinking
medication.
and shit.
Yeah,
So you
no.
would just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go stay
And-
busy, basically.
Yeah, and that would release a lot of anger. So
Okay.
whenever I would go home, I was calm. I would shower and go to sleep. And then the second day, the same thing.
I wonder, like, instead of doctors giving people like antidepressants, like, why don't they recommend like counseling? I think that would be a better solution.
Before you answer that or whatever that thought, the days you didn't go, would you feel fucked up? Like,
Oh yeah, I would cry a lot. Yeah, I guess it was just like this.
Your body was
anxiety.
aching and stuff?
Yeah, it was just.
well, no, like anxiety, right?
Yeah,
That's what
like
you were
I
just
felt
saying.
anxiety.
So I was
yeah.
like, fuck it, I better, if I don't go work out, I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack.
Yeah,
And-
so I would run at the boathouse. I would do something. Yeah,
Wow.
I would work out.
No, that's
But yeah, I mean, that basically piggybacks what you're saying is like, instead of taking a fucking pill, like,
why don't they recommend
go
counseling?
meditate, go take counseling,
And
shit
there's
like
a lot
that.
of girls out here that suffer from that, during their pregnancies. I've had messages from girls that would tell me, and I'm like, go work out, dude. Like, go do something. Go walk 30 minutes.
Because
Go.
the whole pregnancy is like it's a struggle because your body's going through so many different changes. I can imagine how that is, and the mood swings.
Oh,
and,
yeah, they're
and not
So
only,
a lot of women get depressed during the pregnancy?
Yeah.
it's a lot of like mood swings and shit.
And after giving birth is when it really hits.
Because your body
Like-
changes. You have all these like stretch marks, and then like you have this extra like weight and stuff, and this it's I imagine like that is got to be rough.
Postpartum depression.
Yes. So
Yeah.
what helped you get back in shape when you saw your body change that way? Like,
Well, I was very thin when I gave birth to the second one. I mean, I lost the little bit of that I had, it was gone. I was so skinny and I didn't like it. So then I struggled breastfeeding as well. I wasn't eating, and then I fell back into the depression, and it was really hard. So from there, I was like, I'm just going to start working out again and start eating and try to, help my body get back up. And I finally started gaining, and then I started gaining more weight than I should have.
Like, how did you get back into it though? Was there a certain thing that happened, or it's like a day you just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna start"?
Well, just as I was so in a rush after my cuarentena, your 40 days, I was like, I'm going back. Like, there's no way. Yeah,
Like,
right
you had
after.
that
I
itch,
didn't.
like-
Yeah.
because you got to take care of your kid.
And I was,
like,
traumatized of gaining weight. And And then I was like traumatized with gaining weight, and then I had lost all my weight, and then I didn't like how I looked, that I was too skinny, but then I didn't want to gain the weight, you know?
So it was that balance, and like it's just a roller coaster.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. Very
you know, it seems like working out is a big like escapism. And AV, you can kind of talk about that. You know, you're going how many, like 2 weeks now without
2 weeks
touching
without
any liquor,
like
no
fucking
beer,
nothing. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, I am super like excited.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
and then not only that, 'cause
I mean, that's why I was asking her, because I get you. Whenever I was telling him yesterday, I was like, it's Sunday fun day. Fuck, like,
Yeah.
like
So-
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's like a trigger. Like I'm already done with everything. Like
What else do
I
you-
can just go chill at the little tipsy ticky right quick.
so what do you do?
But then I was like, nah, fuck that.
What do you do to like talk yourself out of it?
I just hit up the homie and I was like, let's go work out. And thankfully he was like, yeah, let's go. And then I was like, bet.
That's good.
So if he said no,
I would have just went by myself, but it was better that he said yeah, because it made it like
More
we smoked
exciting.
the blunt and then listened to music. You know, it was cool. It was like we were kicking it, but we were working out. So
And I went through that, what he went through. At the beginning, before I got pregnant, I used to drink every day. And I came to the point where I started drinking only liquor because beer wasn't doing anything anymore. I wasn't
Yeah.
getting drunk. And
Yeah.
it gets really bad.
like right
Yeah.
now that Eddie pulled up with the with the beer, like it got to the point on the podcast where I like you can see him too. I would be drinking a beer during the
yeah, bro.
podcast,
It would
and
get
then it
sloppy.
escalated to fucking now.
if the interruptions
now a bottle.
sober are like out of control, drunk is like 20 times. Like, every 10 seconds. My bad, bro. Again, like, sorry to cut you out, bro. But like, damn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
But it's a work in progress. And once, like, it takes a lot. You know, it takes, first of all, yourself to be like, all right, I need to change this shit.
Yeah.
And I need to move forward. So,
And then you got to find something to fill that void, because that's basically what that is. You're drinking because you're like, fuck it, this is how I'm gonna deal with the problems.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And
if you
that's
like
not
it,
that
if you
answer.
like it, cool. If not, váyanse todos a la verga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My
Like, that's
family, every time they would call me sometimes chupitos because I would always be drinking. I would pull up with the 12-pack all the time. If I didn't even need friends to drink
Yeah.
at my house, you know, I would be drinking by myself at 12 at night.
So
My mom
imagine like,
asleep.
you're just drinking and then it's you with the liquor and your thoughts. And it's like, that shit can just,
Triggered to
oh
something
God,
else.
like,
yeah.
I don't even want to.
Yeah.
I think it's, and that's what I was trying to tell AV is like self-control. You know, it's like the hardest thing to do, because I already know, I've already developed where I know when I have 2-3 beers, I know when to stop. I know when that point like of acting
Yeah.
a fool is, you know.
Yeah.
I always think about, I always have the aftermath in my head of like the hangover, the headache, the not being able to eat because my stomach is shut, throwing up. So
He thinks of all this shit while he's partying. Like when I'm partying, I don't think of none of that shit.
I do.
It's
I'm
horrible.
like,
Now I do
productive.
too. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let's go to the bathroom, bubs.
Oh yeah, that's I think that would be the hardest part, because eventually, AV's gonna want a beer. He's gonna be like, man, I haven't had a beer in so long, so let me just have a beer. You know, I've deserved it. I've been in this drink, so you gotta. At that point, is gonna be the biggest challenge when you grab that first beer and you're like,
Yeah. It's going
All
to
right.
taste so good, man.
yeah, you get
I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, you know, when it
What
just
I was
goes
telling
down.
him is like, I can't. I'm cool right now because I don't want to trigger the beast.
it. Yeah, the
Once I get that taste, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely.
no, that's
That's so true.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be the challenge.
That's so true.
But yeah, that's cool. You know that fitness is one of the big things that because you feel better in so many ways, like mind, body, soul, everything. You're just
Yeah,
like it's a
mentally.
big like you made it to the gym, you did your shit, and you feel great. So it's
Yeah.
like the fact that you're into it hard, and then you have your brand.
And the brand is gonna be clothing, and then what else are you doing with it? Like, is lifestyle, or what exactly? Evolve a little more on the brand.
With just like the clothing and the lifestyle, you know, and I don't want to be like, you know, those people that just, it's all about fitness and not about looking good. You know, it's about feeling, like you said, you know, feeling good and be healthy, especially be healthy. There's so many of us that, you know, always are eating and, you know.
Yeah. I think the eating part, that's, I think, one of the difficult parts when you get into this, knowing your nutrition, the basic, what is good, what is bad, what can your body take.
Especially, I think, like, I don't know, but like Mexicans, black people, like we eat fucking,
That
we like
fried,
to fucking,
Yeah. And don't get me wrong.
the tortillas.
it's delicious.
Yeah, I still eat sometimes like things that I shouldn't be eating. I don't eat healthy 100% all the time. No. But I'm just saying, you know, we have to take our greens. I'm all about my greens.
Right.
Literally.
A balance,
probiotics. I'm so big on that because I suffer from migraines. And that's helped.
God.
Yeah, that's helped me. Oh my God.
How often do you get them?
Almost every 3 days, 2 days.
Oh, no, I get one every 6 months, and it's like blurry vision, and then I end up throwing up.
Like
and
exactly every 6 months.
Exactly, bro. The last one I had was
Stop it.
I'm about to get.
Stop it.
3 o'clock at Tuesday, you know, I'm gonna get that, you know. But migraine is a bitch. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, oh my God, like I know I'm gonna get one when I start seeing blurry. So when my vision starts getting blurry, that's when I'm like, oh, the last one I was in training. And I had 30 minutes left in my shift, and I'm like, I can thug it out because I already knew it was coming. I'm seeing blurry. And then 5 minutes comes, and I'm like, boss, can I go home? Like, I got to go home. I can't do it. And I went, and I left.
It's horrible.
It's like somebody's crushing, like, you know, Gran Cali, the wrestler you used to watch? It was like that motherfucker was doing like this to your head, is squashing it. And it's bad. Like, I can't do shit. I'm like, I have to go to sleep, like take some ibuprofen and go to sleep. Yeah. Until like I wake up better.
I had a girl one time, and she had a migraine when I was chilling with her, and I got scared as fuck because I didn't know what. She just started like fucking going crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
it's bad.
She was like, it's bad. I was like,
and it pounds.
Have you gotten?
What do I do?
Like,
yeah.
What is the solution to it?
Take medication.
So the doctor just prescribes you some.
Yeah, but they won't give it to me because I have depression. So they think that I'm gonna get addicted to it.
Okay, I've been wanting to check it
Why
out.
do they happen?
I don't know. I think I need it because my migraine is, I forgot what it's exactly called, but it's a weird kind of migraine.
Why does your migraine happen?
Stress. It triggers it. Stress. So it just, and they told me I had to go back, but I never went back to get an MRI.
Are you you have good vision?
Or not all the time.
You have contacts? No work glasses or
but
anything?
I've noticed now that my vision is getting blurry. Like from here, I can't read none of that. And now I kind of see it blurry.
The whiteboard?
And I used to have a bomb vision. I mean, I could point anything out from far miles away. Because
that also has to do, because you're forcing your like vision when you read stuff and like, and it helped. You can't even think. Sometimes my speech will be broken.
So when you have a migraine, you still go about your business? So if you have a migraine, you still go to work? You still...
I have to. I have no choice.
I'm not functioning. Like, I got to go home and sleep.
I have to.
Shut your ass. Have you gotten a migraine?
No, but she thugs it out.
It's different. My migraine is different. Mine is every 6 months, and it hits me hard.
Stop it.
Already said, "Oh."
Especially, being a mom and you have your baby and take care of your baby, and it's like, go to sleep.
Okay,
so melatonin.
What is a day in Pearl's life look like? Because you're a mom, you work out, you got a lot of stuff going on. So
you got to find Eddie's keys.
By the way,
that is underwear.
Oh, shit. Eddie was the first motherfucker I met that bought a tracker for his keys.
Do you lose them that often, bro?
Yes.
You used to?
No, you still do. He still does.
How many times did you leave your keys in the Jeep?
Couple of
so
times.
it's the thing, huh? It's the thing with y'all. Who loses their keys the more? That's
it's
funny.
Horrible. I can't be
smoke? Do you smoke? You don't smoke?
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, are you dragging Eddie to the gym, or how's he doing?
He likes to go to the gym, but sometimes he doesn't have time to go. So sometimes he will come with me, and I'll push him.
The boy stays on the estimates.
Yeah. Según él, because sometimes he be bullshitting. Babe, I gotta...
le pega las costumbres el castulín.
Andale mañoso.
So shit.
Yeah.
No, but we wake up, we get ready. We take the baby to the babysitter. We go to Q Palace. Sometimes I stay there to work. He leaves and does his stuff. And then...
Because you guys are deeply invested into Q Palace, huh? Deeply invested.
Yeah.
Tell the people.
And it's hard.
Tell the people where it's at and what Q
what y'all
Palace
got
is.
going on there.
It's located 940 Southwest 59th. It's called Q Palace. It's a pool hall.
Yeah.
We're open from Monday through Saturday from 11 to 2 a.m. And then Saturday, did I say? What did I say?
I think it
Monday
was.
through Friday?
I'm over here thinking about the promo. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this podcast is going to come out before the Halloween. So it's going to be probably a couple of days. So if you're listening to this and you want to have fun for Halloween, they're going to have a Halloween party on the 31st, which is a Saturday. So there's no excuse. Q Palace is the move. There you go. You got a free ad there, bud.
Yeah. And it's free from 9 p.m.
Padrino's going to be in the building,
And
right?
Padrino's
Yes,
gonna
Padrino.
be-
Yes.
Yes.
Live band, live music, all the good jazz,
Them,
cold beer.
Working to have alcohol and like shots and like fucking Vegas bombs and all that shit.
So kind of explain the process. You guys also, are business owners. Eddie got the Limited Fence and the Q Palace, and you guys run that together.
Yeah.
Y'all got a whole lot of
Yeah, y'all got some
That's what I'm
action
saying.
going on,
We're
like-
never home.
So what time do y'all wake up?
Well, so depends on the day. We'll wake up at 6:30, 7, 9 if I can stretch it to 10,
Sleep is
I
important.
will.
Sleep is important.
Yes, it is.
I don't blame
Because
you.
you don't function if
But
you don't
then-
fucking sleep.
Right,
You'll be all
exactly.
zombied out and shit.
Exactly, but then we end up going to sleep at 1 in the morning, sometimes
Especially for
2.
fitness. If you're into fitness, sleep is very important. It's like one
Yeah.
of the main components, as far as like nutrition, working out, and then the sleep.
The sleep,
So I think
for
that's
sure,
yeah.
definitely. Because sometimes I have to go home and nap for like 10 minutes. I need to close my eyes because if not, my head starts pounding really bad. My vision gets blurry, so I need to chill out, and then I'm good to go again.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how has it been like the experience for you guys to run this business as far as Q Palace?
Good. It's been really good. Yeah.
Any hiccups, any like challenges, any like, oh shit, I didn't, stuff you had to learn?
Yeah.
I mean,
We're learning as we go, honestly.
I think
It's
that's
like,
business.
It's like this, and trying to
Like figure it
out
yeah.
on your own. And it's,
Okay.
it can be
Yeah.
challenging for sure.
You never played pool?
I played pool like 2 times in my life.
Oh, it's a good.
Twice in my life.
And I was like, babe, we got to learn how to play
You
pool,
got to.
'cause, man.
It's
how-
fun.
You just
It's
gotta
a business
know.
too, bro. I was gonna tell you, you could do little tournaments there, and people are
The
gonna.
thing is, though, whenever you have tournaments, you got to make sure your tables are up to par, your balls are all fucking sticks
Legit,
are cool.
yeah.
But
Because
that's
them
the
niggas
thing.
don't play games. If that shit is uneven or crooked, they'll
yeah,
fucking.
if it doesn't go,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
But there's potential there.
Yeah,
there's
for sure.
potential, like
Yeah, hell yeah.
hype,
Q Palace
like,
is
right. This person's like, I'm gonna be in this tournament, pull up. I'm gonna play, and it just creates this like, and if you make that like a thing at least once or twice,
Yeah,
like
that
let's say
would be
once a
a-
month,
that-
you start.
that's the move.
Working on that.
Yeah, I
And
think.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really big pool player.
Yeah, he is. He's big because it's a business, man. They got like ESPN has like a thing with it,
Yeah.
where these professional pool players. I like it. I would definitely.
You guys
watch.
got the liquor license already?
We're working on it. Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even know like that was a thing. Like you have to have like because you guys right now as of right now are selling beer only, right?
Yeah.
Beer only, yeah.
So
420 friendly?
stop
He
it.
had to.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I've been spiking up a little blow here and there and there.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
After Q Palace, what's next? So you said you wake up, babysitter, Q Palace.
Yeah. And then we get to go home. I nap if I can for 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
So right now you're at Q Palace all day.
Yeah, in the mornings. Until second shift starts. That's at 7. And then
What time does it open?
at 11.
11 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
and then
so it's
closes
all
at
You don't do
2.
the cleaning stuff no more?
Say that again?
Oh
Yeah. We
okay.
clean houses too with my sister and my mom. We have our own
Damn.
company, yeah.
So is 24 hours a day enough for you for you guys? Shit.
48.
I mean, when I
please.
used to see y'all on Snap, that's how it was. It was like wake up. She'll wake up, have her greens, and then fucking all day they're y'all doing shit like just fucking
on the go, huh?
And if I'm not at Q Palace, I'm helping with my mom and my sister, and you know, if not, I'm there. Well, I'm helping him, or I'm always doing something with him, or. I mean, it's like I was telling him yesterday or last night. I was like, I need a day to stay home. I want to stay home, like literally, not just go out nowhere and just stay home.
Wow, that's a lot.
We just like literally just go home from work, stay there like 30 minutes. You know, just not even stay, just get ready to go.
Get ready for something,
For the next thing.
The gym. What is it? 8, 9. Get something to eat.
Yeah.
Watch a movie.
Not even watch the movie because we were in like 30 minutes and we're like, let's go to sleep. Okay, let's go to sleep. And then that's it.
Talk about you guys, because you guys look like you're pretty on sync. You're running businesses together. So what's been able to...
I want to put him on a headlock sometimes. I'm just kidding.
You don't want that,
I'm kidding.
But
I'm
kind
kidding.
of like your chemistry and like how you guys are able to click to the point where you guys already have your business going.
I think because, you know, he's very sweet. And so I'm more of like the little spicy one over here. So I feel like he calms me down and he puts me together. Yeah. He puts me together and it just, I don't know. Like when we started talking, it just happened so naturally. Like nothing rushed or nothing like, you know.
It was just
like,
flowing.
Yeah. So smooth. And next thing you know, we're living together, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey,
You got a story? Let me hear it.
Let me tell you.
No, we're not doing that.
Who's gonna tell a story? Oh, get to the mic, bro, because people want to hear this.
Le dicen el Eddie de Unlimited Fencing.
Stop it.
So I used to know her, right? I used to know her from Facebook. I would see her. I would see her around sometimes. I'd say hi, give her a hug, all this. So I was like, man, she's really pretty. She's really pretty. So I was like, oh, she cleans houses. I used to live in my apartment by myself. So I'm like,
Let me
all
hit
right.
it up.
What's your number? Hey, can you come clean my apartment? And there you go. She went by. Got her first time she was there. Got our Starbucks coffee.
He got me a rose. And I have seen it.
Shit.
I've seen it in the kitchen, but I was like, oh, it's probably from another female, right? Because, you know, he was living by himself. And we go in there. My mom was like,
Would you put her name on it? On the rose, or was just there?
I was just there.
He was on.
So how do you know it was for you?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know it was for me. I thought it was for somebody else.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So then my mom was like, are you sure you're like not talking to this guy? I was like, oh no, like he's just my friend, you know, like he just told me to come and clean it. And then me playing around, just me and her, because we joke a lot. And I was like, watch, I'm going to come live here. And then, you know, we started laughing. I was like, no, I'm just kidding, you know. And then I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm done, you know, cleaning your apartment. And he was like, oh, well, just take the key. And later when I get to see you to pay you, just give it back to me. I was like, okay, that's fine. He was like, the rose is yours. And I was like, what does he want? You know, because, I mean, he left me a coffee at Starbucks and the rose. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, cool. Then, you know, he invited me to go have dinner and stuff like that. And I was like,
nice.
I was like, and in my mind, this whole time, I was like, man, you better behave. Because if not, you know, you're going to kill it. But no, he behaved the whole time. He respected me the whole time. And
Caballeroso.
Yes. And I think that's what catch my attention. And then especially when I brought my son around. He was amazing. I mean, something that I never thought and I never expected. And he's been a great dad ever since. And
Eddie's a good guy.
Yeah.
Eddie's a good guy, man. Yeah. I love working with him, man. Shout out to you, Eddie.
He's a pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I thought you would hate me because, man, sometimes we're always late. So I'm like, man, I'm tired of him always being late.
We're always late.
Man,
How do y'all deal with that?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Like with Eddie's professional as fuck.
Why are y'all
That's
late?
the only thing I feel like kills you, bro. Like because you kill everything. Like you're there and like you fucking get the job done, but like,
is the
are
time.
you late with everybody?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He knows who to be late with. Fucker.
Shit.
No, I do the same. I'm the same way though. To be honest, I'm the same way.
I don't trip.
If I was texting a customer, I mean, I wouldn't be fucking late. I would be.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
that's why I don't trip, because it's like he's not really like bugging me as far as the video. Like, change this, bro. Do this, do that. Like, he lets me work.
I think with every relationship, that's kind of unless you're just super transparent and you're just all the way to the point. But I feel like with most relationships, friendships, everything, it's like you kind of know, like I kind of know that if Eddie says, or he knows if I tell him I'm pulling up, it's gonna be a little bit. It might be an hour.
Yeah,
No, Costa will take 2 days and shit.
Yep.
2 days later, like, hey, what's up, bro?
Every time I fucking say something and I don't fucking do it, I'm always thinking about I'm on that Costa shit.
Yeah. That's, I think it bothers me, but it's not like I'm gonna lose my shit. Being late, like me being late to some place, or like it bothers me.
And I think sometimes too, you provide a certain value that you're like, I can be 10 minutes late, like. You'll be all right.
But then if you do that, you're gonna continue to do that.
It shouldn't be like that, but I'm telling you what it is, nigga.
Stop it.
No, I'm
Like
just being honest. Like
me-
that's how I look at it. Sometimes I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm touching your head for 45 minutes. I can be 10 minutes late.
You can wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know I am. That's why.
Yeah. I that I know.
I know about being late.
Yeah. But. Yeah, it's like that's good that y'all have that like good chemistry, because it's like it's a big thing, to run a business and making sure y'all both are always on the same page. So that's
nothing is perfect. No relationship is perfect.
There's always the hiccups.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
yeah.
It's a roller coaster, but there's more good than bad overall.
Gotcha.
And it's like pick your fights.
Mm-hmm.
When you're mature and you're like, nah, I'll just ignore him. Go
Right.
smoke a blunt.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
chill out. Yeah.
And he will.
So what do you guys do like when you guys have like these high level of stress?
He smokes.
So Eddie smokes. What do you do to
Work out.
work out? That
Yeah.
gets you in that like all
Just
right,
leave me alone for a minute and
that
I'll
hour.
chill out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I guess that's why it works out.
So right now, do you have a professional page for your Epic? Like,
Facebook page.
do you have an Instagram?
Not yet.
You should look into that too.
Yeah.
That would be. So if somebody wanted to buy merch, how are you doing it right now?
They're gonna do pickup.
Pickup.
Or maybe I can do a delivery if they buy 2 items or more. Then
Okay.
it depends how far they are, and
Okay.
I will deliver it.
Yeah, I was telling you the other day that's kind of a pain in the ass. That's what we did for the longest. You
I mean,
deliver.
I think it's a good
It's a good
starting
start.
point because you get to engage with the people that really fuck with you. So I
Yeah.
think that's good. You get to
Yeah.
actually, like, when we sold the first batch, people actually showed up and like talked to us and kicked it. So that's good.
That was
I
cool.
think, to
That was
start.
cool. Yeah.
Because the engagement is good. People will see that you actually, like Leo. Shout out to Leo. He the G Fit shirt. That's how he did it. It was like a special release, and he like went to you, gave it to you. He even gave me a little note card with like he wrote some shit. Like I was like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, I almost cried and
That's
shit.
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
That's nice.
so
yeah.
I mean, it's. I think like the personal thing is cool. Like.
It's not just like a brand,
Like it'll get to a certain point where you just gotta do the online thing.
Right.
Yeah,
With
no,
us, that's how
eventually-
we were-
No,
we were like,
yeah.
"Fuck,
Eventually,
this
I
is a
do want
job."
to do that.
Yeah. No, the online thing. I told her already. I already gave you the heads up, but it's
Yeah.
like at least you already know. Like, oh shit. Like when you get to that bump, you're like, this is what actually Darren was telling me about.
Yeah.
But you know, and you already can prepare yourself, because I need to hire somebody to just design shit, refresh the website and stuff. But it's just like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's there. At least people can like, look.
If we're looking for an intern, so if you're good with techie shit, holler at us. You're not getting paid shit, by the way.
So if somebody comes to you and tells you, hey, bro, I want to start my brand, but it looks like there's so many people doing it. Like, it looks like there's so many brands out here. Like, what can I do? Like, should I even start a brand, or like,
Of course.
you
Of
would tell them
course.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Because some people do get discouraged. They're like, even Leo was one. It's crazy. Leo was one. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
behave.
Yeah. Leo was one that, he said like, in the podcast, we had him in episode what? What was Leo? 7? Yeah, we had him in, was it 7?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, so we had him and he was thinking about doing the clothing brand. He was like, I know, man, it's just a lot of people doing it. And we told him like, hey, there's a lot of people doing a lot of shit.
Yeah,
But there's
exactly.
there's 7 billion people. So like, I think that's the mentality you got to go.
There's a different taste for everybody.
Exactly.
I mean,
There's
you
a crowd
gotta
for
go.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know if I should. And then I would think about my son, and it would really motivate me. But then you have those days where you're like, no. Like, I've seen girls, too, that, they're selling workout clothes, too. But they don't have a logo. They're just selling just to sell,
Right.
you know?
I think the thing too is every brand has like a story behind it, so that's what people like fall for. Is like the story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like when people buy the half court shirt, they don't buy it because it's. I mean, it is cool. It's a cool logo, but they fuck with us. You know, that's why
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Of
these dudes are
course.
actually trying to.
Like I watched their podcast and that shit's hard and like it gave me value, so I'm gonna give back, you know. So I
Yeah.
think that's been our mission, and we've been hella thankful for it. Are you
With your brand, like you keep saying so explain a little bit on your son. Like I know that's a tough subject, but like let them know what it's about.
2016, I lost him. God took him home. He was a very
How old
loving
was he?
4.5. He was
4.5.
about to be 5 in July. It's May 29th. We went. It was on a Sunday. We went out to Turner Falls, and just an accident happened, and so God took him home, but he was an amazing kid. I mean, he was loving, he was caring, he showed me what love was, and to me that means the world, because nobody else is gonna love you the way your kids love you, you know. And then when I had my second one, I guess my mistake was I compared, and it's like, he doesn't treat me like this one. He doesn't do what he does, what he did. He doesn't love me the way he did. He doesn't.
Yeah.
And I kept hurting myself
yeah.
doing that, you know. And this little one is a very tough one. But my baby one, Javier, he was amazing. He was a mama's boy, especially, you know. If I was going to the store, he was like, "Who's that? ¿Por qué te saludó? Mommy, who's talking to us?" You know, like, mind your business, boy, you know. But
And the epic, would you call him that before that, or was that like after?
the
like,
epic, no, it was after.
Okay.
Yeah, to trying to find the name for the clothing. But the turtle has always been, since I got pregnant. I don't know why. At that time, Winnie the Pooh was, you know, coming out. Precious Moments, Mickey Mouse, and I was like, I just want something different. Then I was like, a turtle. I don't know. It just came to me, and a turtle, and we did for baby shower, for his first birthday, third birthday. And then him by himself, you know, started loving turtles, and he loved Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. And this is why I came, because everybody that knows me I love turtles, you know. So, but he was and I want to keep his memory alive.
Yeah.
I want everybody to know about him, because he was amazing, you know.
Wow. Damn, that's
epic.
Epic. His history. He
Yeah.
was. I mean, everybody that got to meet him, and even people that didn't get to meet him, whenever after that happened, people reached out to me, and said that they would dream about him, and they would tell me things that they would dream about. Like, it happened. It was real. So to me, it was like, they can't be lying.
It's crazy. Like, if you met the person, like, I've had dreams, you know, of like my mom, she passed away, she had cancer and stuff.
Sorry.
And I would have dreams, and it felt so real, and it's like crazy. Like,
Well,
do you
I feel
ever dream
like-
about it?
I
Like, I'm
feel
pretty
like
sure you do it all the time.
How they
because
say
it's like-
that energy doesn't leave, or I believe in that.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I believe in that.
Me too.
Like when you know how it is.
Yeah.
Like people, it's corny. Like people say it's corny and shit. Like they leave, but their energy. That I think that's.
It's true.
Pretty
I
accurate.
Yeah.
believe that too. Yeah, I don't dream of him. I've never seen his face, but what I dream is water.
Yeah.
I know it's him, and something good is gonna happen when I dream clear water.
Yeah.
But if I dream dirty water, I know something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I've learned that, because with the years, I was like, why did I dream dark water, like dirty water? And then a day later, something really bad would happen to me, or you know, I had a fight with somebody, or. But with him, he comes in my dreams, I feel like, with clear water.
Yeah. I think like I'll have those dreams from time to time, and it feels so like real. I think that's like really my moment to be able to see her again and like be able to talk to her, because it's like I wake up like lost. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did, like, because dreams already feel real, but when it's like somebody that you still have in your mind and you still can't forget, and it's like it feels really like weird, and like in a way it does feel satisfying, because I'm like, damn, at least I got to see her in my dreams, and like it's a blessing if you get to see her in your dreams. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's been about 4 years now, and I still haven't seen him, and I feel like God knows that I'm not prepared to see him in my dreams. Yeah, so I felt his presence. Call me crazy, but I smelled him. Sometimes that I would cry in the cemetery, I would feel like a little touch. Times that I've left my hand standing out while I'm sleeping, I felt warmth in my hand. Like, this is real. Like, this is, and a lot of moms that unfortunately have lost their kids too, they've reached out to me, but I can't comfort them. I can't. No, yes, it's a unique situation. I'm sorry. The only thing I can tell you that I'm very sorry, and I'll be praying for you, but I can't. I'm not ready for that. I feel like I'm not in that place to say, oh, well, let me help you,
Right. Like, you're still kind of going through it, so it's like, I can't help you.
And to this day,
a lot of people, that's crazy.
I would be a hypocrite if I was to sit with you. And
the other day, the homie came over here, and he was like, bro, talk to my brother. Like, he's doing bad, like he's fucking drinking and this and that. I'm like, bro, that would make me like a hypocrite, because I still haven't dealt with those demons. Yeah. So who the fuck am I to go over there and tell him, like, do this, do that? Like, yeah. So that's,
and it's true. That's why I don't do it,
Yeah, for sure. I think, it's like you said, like, it's every situation and every scenario is different. Like, my mom passed away in 2015, and I'm still like, shit, like, it feels like yesterday. It feels like it's hard.
It's so weird, man, because I think about that like often now. I guess as I'm getting older, I'm like, man, my mom and my dad are probably gonna die before me, so that's gonna be, I don't want to deal with that. That's fucking sad.
I think with your situation, I think not thinking about it too much, but enjoying them as much as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
I think about it too. I feel like I think about my mom so much, and I feel like
I used to never think about that when I was younger, and then like the past probably 2 years, 3 years, like I see my dad getting older and shit. You were here when my dad fell that one time, remember? Oh yeah. Like, that was the first time I see my dad fall. I was like, what? That shit is crazy. Like, it's
like just recently, my mom was in the hospital this weekend. Oh my God, I had an
anxiety panic attack or something.
Yeah, but I had to calm down and I had to relax. So I'm like, it's not gonna do any good,
because at the end of the day, like, we're gonna be the ones that have to be fuerte, because we gotta deal with the like, when my grandpa passed away, I was little, so I would still have to go and stuff. But I would think about it, I'm like, man, I hope my parents don't get sick, because the hospital suck. Like, I'm gonna be the one that has to deal with all that, like,
it's part of life, and it's like, I think the best thing you can do is like try to, healthy lifestyle, like try to implement that as much as you can too, the way you can have a longer, because a lot of people.
It's crazy though, like, going back to what we were talking about earlier, it's hard, like, with the Hispanic culture. I think about it, and like, it's good that, like, for example, you're Mexican and you're doing a fitness brand and you're pushing that, because I feel that Mexicans don't really, como que estamos in our ways, like, we're eating tortillas de harina, we're eating frijoles.
Yeah, that's us.
What I'm saying? Like, ahorita en la tardecita unos frijolitos con queso, unas tortillas recién hechas,
unas enchiladas verdes.
So it's like, that shit's gonna kill us eventually, but it's like
at that point, it's like, live in the moment. Like, it's culture, it's already getting grilled up.
So it's hard to, like, tell my dad, like,
don't do that. Don't do carne asada and, like,
you think I'm gonna go take his beans right now? Like,
yeah.
Slap your scrub at.
What are you doing?
So, because, like, one of the things is, like, breakups is one that causes a high, amount of, like, depression. That's one. And then I think a loss of a family member, somebody close, that's another one that I think triggers, like, that depression.
So
You know?
after I would imagine. I mean, I can't even, but I would imagine after what you've gone through, like it makes you way tougher now. Like,
Yeah.
like stuff. Nothing's gonna really hurt more than that.
No, honestly, no. And that's where I come in, and I need to chill out my attitude, because I feel like I lost the love of my life. I can lose you. I don't care.
Oh, so you
And
gotta
I
be
need
careful
to,
with that.
I need to chill out on that side, because I can't. I can't do that. I
Right.
can't go about my day and be like, F you. Like, I don't care. If you leave, you leave. If I lose you, I lose you. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
else that is gonna hurt me. But yeah, it makes you tougher, but sometimes it makes you tough in a wrong way, I guess I would
Yeah.
say.
So you could kind of had to go through those stages and like
Yeah, I
check
feel like
yourself.
Yeah, I
and-
do sometimes, and I was like, oh my god, I need to relax. But because I feel like I have a wall, even with my mom and stuff. Sometimes I can be mean, because sometimes I won't even hug her, because I'm like, if I get too attached to you more, it's gonna hurt me the day I leave or you leave first.
Man.
Your mom? Mm-hmm. But then it's like, because I have that, and that shit haunts me. Like, I wish I could have gave my mom more love. I wish
So
I
that's
could.
what you were
That's
saying
my
right now is
mistake.
like what you told me, share it. Like, don't think about them dying, like cherish
Exactly.
them.
It's that shit. Like, and that's one of them. Like, when I had my first session with Mr. West, my current therapist, like that was one of the things that he told me. Like, you're just putting too much on your shoulder, because
Yeah.
I started crying, and I just told him like, hey, I felt like I wasn't the best son. Like, I never told her as often, like, hey, mom, I love you. I appreciate you. It's crazy, because it's like I sit back and think about it, and it's like I need to stop it and like make her proud, instead of just like dwelling in the past. Because it's like she had an alcoholic problem, and she cut it like cold, no therapy, no nothing. She was like, I need to stop this. And me, I was still, a youngster, and I still was like barely turning 20, if anything. So I was just worried about partying and this like teenage shit, and I never took the time to say, hey, mom, thank you. You cut this shit, because it was hurting us growing up.
Yeah.
Just seeing her, drink her life away. So she cut that, and I never told her, like, thank you, mom, for doing that. That's brave. That's amazing. Like, I wasn't mature enough to do that. So that shit haunts me, So it's one of those
I
things
think going back to the energy thing though, like even though she's gone, you can still say that. You can still sit there and say
Talk
like,
to
Yeah, all
her
the
in your
time.
head
All the
all
time.
the
like, you
time.
can still talk to her, and then like she would want. I would imagine like our parents want us to be happy, so like you said,
Exactly.
like, she wouldn't want you to fucking
Right, and
throw
that- and
that
that-
on yourself.
and that's when I realized, and like, shout out to Wes for like saying, hey, you need to stop that, because
Yeah.
you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and that's not good. She doesn't want to see you like that. So it's like, it took me a minute to realize it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, I got to be the example. Like, it's total, like, of us 5 brothers total. So I got to make sure I'm the one that's looking out for them, making sure they're in the right path,
Yeah.
and making her proud. Like, that's the ultimate goal for me. And I think if she was alive today, she would be definitely proud of all of us.
course.
Because it's just, I feel like I'm proud of all my brothers. I'm proud of, like, they've become good people, So
You're doing a great job, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man.
And I bet she is proud.
Yes, and it goes back to like just energy. What AV is saying, energy. It's because I'm pretty sure like when that incident happened, you had a lot of questions. You were probably just like, why, and like you kind of feel like lost, because that's how I felt for the longest. Like I felt like, damn, like I had to become now this adult when I wasn't ready, because like we came here for that specific reason, to make sure that she get the treatment she needed so we could save her. And I wasn't thinking, ahead. So I wasn't thinking about like, I had to be the one in charge. I had to be the one to watch out for my brothers, and I wasn't ready for that step.
It's just so weird, man, because like life just kind of like hits you with
I
stuff.
didn't ask
like-
for that. So it's like, here you
Oh
go.
my
Like
God,
with
yeah,
her, I'm
like,
pretty sure
I
like you went
question
from
God.
being a new mom to like that's crazy. Like why?
And like
God?
I remember I cussed him out at the very beginning, and I was like, he's mine. Like, how dare you take him away from him? I gave him birth. He's mine. Like, like you gave him to me. And I know it would be hard for a lot of people to understand, but now it's like, he wasn't mine. God let me borrow him.
Yeah.
He wasn't mine. And it took me a lot of years to understand he wasn't mine. God gave me the opportunity to be a mom. God let me borrow him. and to teach me a lot of things. That he was the type of kid that he would live his day like it was his last one. And he was not afraid of anything. You could literally tell him, jump off the roof. He'll do it in a heartbeat. He wouldn't even think about it. That's why when that happened, I feel like just he wasn't afraid. You know, he just thought it was going to be okay to do that. And apparently it wasn't. But you got to learn. With the years, I've learned that he wasn't mine. Yeah. And God let me borrow him, and I need to understand I need to understand it. And this little one that I have, when I gave birth, I told him too, if he's yours, he's not mine, and I understand that I became a mom again because of you. And if you decide one day to take him again, then you do what you got to do, and just give me the strength to continue, because I don't think I would be able for a second one.
Yeah, you're very strong, and like it's fucking amazing. Period. Like, to go through the stuff you've gone through, and like you still have motivation. You're still, you know, are full of energy. You're finding
answers. You're finding answers what I'm seeing is that you're finding answers. You know, you're not just sitting there like dwelling on your problems and like beating yourself up. You're like, why? Like, I like that you're saying that God used him to, you know, maybe teach you a lesson or whatever it was. You know, like. Because, for example, with women, cuando pierden los bebés que antes de que nazcan, that's the saddest thing too. Because like they're so excited, and then it's like it doesn't happen. So I feel like my mom was talking to me about that one day, and she was saying that she was like, hasta esos niños que todavía no nacen, like el espíritu viene, you know, like el espíritu, like, you know, like, it's like one of those, like you said, call me crazy, but I was like, that makes sense, because at the end of the day, that woman is her soul is gonna feel that, you know, so that spirit was here, whether it was the baby wasn't here, you know, or it was like, God put it here for something. Like,
I think what it really comes down to
is
it
created energy at the end of the day.
Don't think about the past too much. You know, I think that's something that's been able to help me out to move forward. And it took me like, como quien dice,
like that's
yesterday.
Like that's crazy though, because like with her situation, you can't,
well,
you know, that's a weird that you can't take that advice there. Like, don't think about the past. Like, she's always
it's always gonna trigger. Like, no matter what, it's always gonna trigger.
I can have flashbacks.
So maybe it's more about like what you're doing is putting a positive,
looking forward. Like, I'm gonna
instead of being sad that he's gone. Is like,
and I don't wanna be in a hole. I don't wanna fall
you don't
backwards.
Want to in that dark place.
I don't want to live like that.
Yeah,
I don't want to live like that.
I'm sure he wouldn't either. You know, so now it's good that it's a positive.
Exactly. That's why you push.
Where's
forward.
my shirt at?
In the truck.
Hey, chill out, bud. You want one today? But that is, that's amazing. I respect it. I respect, you know, what you're putting out there, and like that's why I had to have you in the podcast, and you kill it. You know, you're killing it. You're killing it. You know, keep doing it. You know. Where do you, and I'll ask Eddie this too, because you guys are, you know, you have your own stuff, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see your brand in 5 years?
All over.
Worldwide?
Worldwide, yes.
Okay, now where you see yourself as an individual, as a business person, where do you see yourself?
As a business person, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Especially, I didn't want kids after this little one. For having
it's a total of 2 that you have. You had JJ
2 boys,
and then, okay.
And when I met him, and you know, this time that we've been together, you know, he made me want to have more kids. He made me want to be a mom again, you know, and it's, to me, it's like we were gonna have 5 kids.
Eddie.
AB's face like, what? 5?
That's a whole lot of parties. I'm like, fuck. I'm trying not to drink here.
Start saving.
Eddie, talk to us about, if you don't mind, how it's been like your experience, you know, being a father, because I feel like that's another thing that. You've had like your learning curves, your learning processes. So how does that been for you?
My nigga Eddie out of nowhere came back with a wife, kid, it's all apartment.
I thought I was gonna be like 40 living by myself and throwing a bunch of parties and shit. Nah, it didn't happen that way.
So how's the experience been, bro?
Man, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's definitely been amazing. Being a dad, seeing that kid alive, just pick on you, do something, and then for you to chase him. He just runs, and then you grab him, and then you grab him, and then he laughs, and shit like that. Random kisses in the mornings, the little things.
Because that energy, you kind of feed off of that energy. So if you have a bad day, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes and like, daddy, mommy, and like that energy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like the same, like, like with my dog, like I have a dog. That's the closest I have to a son. That's my son, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then like I'll be having a shitty ass day, but every time I come, he's like, wiggling his tail and jumping all over me.
Oh,
so
it's amazing.
I feed off of that shit. So I was like, a kid got to be the same. Like you get tired, you come home and your kids run to you and give you a kiss and stuff. I feel like that energy is like priceless. Like shit.
Definitely.
So
the little things they make, man, they make little faces in the mornings. He loves Baby Shark.
Yeah.
In the mornings we hop in the truck, go to work. He just don't stop singing, do baby, do. Just Baby
singing.
Shark all the way from the apartment and more all the way to Q Patties, which was like 15
Or the
minutes.
babysitters.
Yeah. I bet
15
he's driving the
minutes,
babysitters
yeah.
nuts with that.
Yeah. He bought him a costume for Halloween.
Yeah.
Baby Shark.
Little
Nice.
Baby Shark.
He was excited for that too.
So, I feel like sometimes we have a lot of stress and a lot of negativity. How do you make sure you guys leave that and not transmit it to the kid? Because I've seen parents that are having a shitty day or whatever the case, and they, shut up, don't talk to me or whatever. Like, and that kind of has an effect with kids,
Yeah.
So what do you guys do, like, to kind of not give that negative energy out?
I mean, we don't really fight as we
Yeah.
have a long day, but we just get home and
Yeah, I feel like it just flows.
It's all about Papa, It just
It comes out naturally, like it just.
Hell yeah.
It's just
It's
it
just-
flows
yeah.
and he starts playing with something, and then he's on his phone, working or whatever, and then he'll go and jump on him, and then babe, because sometimes he'll call him babe or dad,
Yeah.
It just depends how he's feeling, and he'll play, and then he gets off his phone and plays with him, and then I'm doing something, and then it just flows. I mean, it just naturally,
Nice.
yeah,
Shout out to Eddie for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
yeah.
That's like a un ángel caído del cielo kind of like
Yes.
situation.
Oh my God,
And
An
I
angel.
feel like with Mexicans, a lot of Mexicans are assholes when it comes to like
Kids
raising
that-
other kids. Like, and my nigga didn't care. He
No.
said, "That's my kid."
And I feel like,
that's mad respect for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like God listened to my prayers, because I'm not kidding. Like, I was raising him by myself. I was a single mom since he was 3 months old. It is hard. I mean,
Especially
it's
at that
waking up
stage.
at 4 a.m, taking him to the babysitters, going to work, coming to work, picking him up, going to work out. Sometimes I couldn't even go work out because I didn't have a babysitter, or I had to do something else. It was an everyday thing, and it was hard. And then he would get sick because it was in the winter time, and I had him in the hospital for 7 days because, for taking him out, he had like 4 viruses, and it was just horrible. But I would always pray, and I'm like, God, if I didn't give him a good dad, so I was like, I'm sorry for that. Like, I don't want to ruin his life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, it's hard.
That plays a big part growing up, because I never had the father figure, and for like I would say 50% of my life growing up, I didn't have my mom. She did the best she could as far as like raising us, but I always wish I had that, like, because I see other kids with their parents, and it's like,
Yeah, and it
damn, like,
hurts.
I wish I had that shit.
Exactly.
I wish I could call my dad right now and be like, hey, what's up, dad? What you
Yeah.
doing? Stuff like that.
Like the dad just molds you into like
the toughness.
Like the mom gives you the nurturing. It's like
Yeah.
in that Boys in the Hood. Whenever the mom, like, he's like 10, and then she's just like, he's acting out in school. He's being a little fucker. So she's like, yeah, you're going with dad because I can't teach you how to be a man. I'm
to
a
be
woman.
tough.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
But it depends though, because a lot of people do that in the wrong way. Being tough it's It's not about, who the fuck I beat up or I got this.
Well, I think it's
You know,
more
it's,
of
it's different. It's showing him love, showing him respect.
Toughness, like as far as work and shit, like I think
Be responsible.
right. So when he falls off of like his bike and he's crying, you just lift him up. Hey, you're good. Come on, you're good. Give him that. That's that tough love I'm talking about.
Cuando no saben agarrar el martillo, like
oh my god, yeah, it's true.
She's not gonna be able to teach him how to fucking use a chainsaw. But she probably will. She probably will. Never mind.
Like, you better take that back.
I take that back.
Stop playing. This ain't your average, bro. Stop playing. Respect.
For real, stop it, huh?
Yeah, and it's hard, but I'm really thankful for him. Like I've always said, I try to tell everybody that I can, like, he's an amazing person. He's teaching Gianni, the right things, to be responsible, to be a man, and so God did answer my prayers on that part.
What do you think? What do you both think about the parenting? Do you guys do you agree with the old school parenting? Like, if you have to whip your kid's ass, you got to do it to mold them the way they should, because that's what.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because
wait.
You get these people, and like that's how I became the gentleman I am today, because of those ass whoopings. Like,
dijo mi tía,
chancla and the fucking leather belt. Boy, I didn't want no smoke.
Dijo mi tía, ese niño necesita peruna. And then my dad was like, peruna. She was like, peruna chinga.
And it's nowadays we don't see that. Like, I work at a retail store, and sometimes those kids are running all around, even barefooted. I've seen it barefooted to the point where I'm like, whoa, like how it touching all kinds of stuff, and like, so it's like,
I think some parents, they're just glad like the kids are distracted by other shit, and it's not like their living room that's getting fucked up.
But that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
that's so disrespectful.
So you're letting him do that when he grows up and wants like dangerous shit, because you didn't know how to
fucking piss in the iced tea in McDonald's or some shit.
That's
so it's
crazy. But I do believe in that. But to a certain extent, I mean, not to hurt him.
Right. It's like
not to slap him, not to pull his ear. No,
I think it's more of like nalgada. And like,
I remember the first time I see my homie get slapped. That shit was vicious.
I think that's a little too far.
But I don't know. I don't think it was too much. I think he deserved it, because his mom was like, "Corta la yarda," and then he was like, "Ahorita," and then she slapped the shit out of him. She was like, "I've been telling you for the past 3 days, and you always say ahorita. So no, you're doing it right now." I was like, "You better cut that yard, man."
Yeah.
See, sometimes mom, like that,
Boy, I get slapped.
See, my mom never hit us. My mom was the type of mom to scream,
To what?
To scream.
Scream, okay.
Yeah, she would scream at us, and then we would do it.
Okay, so that was powerful enough to do that. But my mom would scream at me and like, "Oh, la chancla or the leather belt? Oh, all right, what you want me to do?"
My dad would just look at me.
My God.
He would just lock eye, and I'd be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So I think that too, it's key, because like I said, I think all of us, like all my brothers, we have manners. We know how to be gentlemen, and like, it teaches us. It taught us that, like, that roughness, that balance, So yeah.
See, my mom got divorced when I was 13. So mainly my mom raised us, but my mom taught us from working like a dude, from, being respectful, from, cooking, from cleaning, from being,
No, and that takes a lot. That takes a lot, because you're now filling the role of two, the parent, the father, and now you're like the mother. So you're doing two. Yeah. That takes a lot. A lot of mothers break down and can't do it, and it just leads to this weird path.
Yeah, and she did a great job, and I'm very proud
man,
of
it's
her.
crazy, because I don't know if I want to get into this conversation.
What's up?
Like you see a lot of women, like they do that. They'll play both roles, but you don't really see a lot of dudes do that.
No, sir.
Why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know a couple dudes that have full custody. Mm-hmm. Like,
it's rare though,
but
honestly.
it's rare.
Most of the time is the women.
Why is that? We're fucking dicks. That's why.
I think it could be.
I didn't want to say it, but
I
honestly,
that is true. Like as a guy, you feel like machista, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Nobody told me what to do.
Yeah.
But that's your kid is that
tienes que saber que el hispano es bien machista.
Yeah.
es bien machista. He's not gonna take care of his kids and, you know, leave that girl. He's gonna want to go to the girl and leave his kids. Like, he's not gonna.
Yeah,
I'll be back tomorrow.
It's a full-time
like,
job too, so it's like
you
they
know?
don't want to take that.
I'll bring some money. Just
Yeah,
shut
just
up.
not even the money. Just,
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. It's just more of a like, it's a full-time job and I got better things to do. That's because if you can't prioritize your son or daughter, then that means you just don't want to be a full-time
And then
parent.
unfortunately, there's those ones I'm sure where both parents are fucked, and then that's how you end up with kids in orphanages and shit like that.
poor kids. Yeah,
Yeah, because
unfortunately.
they're not ready. They wasn't ready, but then when it came time to the chaka,
They were ready for that.
Yeah,
Only.
so it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, and yeah, it just goes back to what AV said. You know, we were talking about it on the other podcast. Is like, how can you control this whole situation with homelessness and depression and you know, even the kids and stuff? But it's like, at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
As long as we are putting as long as we are making America money, then if we can't do that, then they don't want us. And that's when it comes down to like all these homeless and mentally ill people and shit. You know, it's it's crazy. But, you know, normally we would ask our guests, like, if you had to go back 5 years from now, what would you do? But we already know the answer to that. You know, what could you do to, you know, tell yourself something, but we kind of know the answer to that, because I would do the same thing, you know?
Yeah. And I wouldn't change nothing from my life. I learned.
Right.
I did make mistakes, and I'm not perfect, but that's the person that I am today, and I'm not that person anymore. And it made me a better person, you know, and made me to see life differently, you know, to not be stuck in one place, not to be in a dark place. I don't want to be there.
Like you definitely changed the whole spectrum of the situation. So that's good.
Yeah.
And you
for
like
real.
you see life differently, you know, too. And like I said,
And I'm sure like now you're way more compassionate too, like, because you, like, if you see somebody that's depressed or something, you probably
I
see your
feel them.
old self, like you see your old self in them. So you're like,
and I
fuck.
wish I kid you not, I wish I could just take them in and like
yeah, like skip all these
give
steps,
them-
you'd be happy.
yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, I can't give you. You know, I can talk to you, have a conversation with you, but I can't give you like un consejo.
It's weird because
I would be a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
still working on my stuff.
Right,
I still have
exactly.
moments where I don't want to get out of bed, but I have to. I don't have a choice. I'll sit there and cry by myself, go to the bathroom and have a little session of crying, and you know, or go to the cemetery by myself and just cry there, and or at the gym, go to the bathroom in the gym and cry. You know, I just have my little moments, but I wish I could just feel like, tell everybody that has depression, like, there's hope out there. Like, don't get stuck there. Life is beautiful.
We didn't come to this world to be in this position.
No.
And it's like,
and just little steps. Like I think the hardest part is getting like out of that. Because when you're in that, like for example, you said you used to drink a lot. Like when you're in that cycle, it's hard to fucking get out of it, because it's almost weird. It's almost like you depressing getting out of it. Like you're depressed, but it's like I don't know. It's a weird thing.
And it was weird because whenever I would be drinking, you know, I had girls come drunk. I mean, all messy, talking about, oh, you know, I'm so proud of you. How did you do it? You know, how did you leave your last relationship? I can't leave him. And I was like, girl, chill out. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, just leave. Get up and leave. Because if you don't do it, you're
Nobody's
never going to do it.
Yeah,
nobody's going to do it for
Stuck
you.
right there. Like
Just get up and go. It's done. No more. No more.
Crazy.
yeah, it's a lot. It's everybody has their own world, you know, and I've been like not fascinated, but the mental side of like people have got me a little bit more curious, because it's like AV was telling me like about this NBA player that had it all. Like he won a championship. He had this massive contract, but he still wasn't happy at the end of the day. He still suffered from depression. He was the first case of NBA depression. And I'm watching the documentary and I'm in my head like, what was this guy's happiness? At the end of the day, did he ever find it? Because, I mean, he never was into basketball. That was like the mind-blowing thing. He was 6'10". He played good basketball.
He basically played basketball because that's what he did good. Like,
right, because
It was like me with pictures and that.
Is that the one that was on Facebook, the homeless one?
No, well, that one too. That was an NBA player that went just completely homeless.
Delonte West. That's
so
different.
I think the thing with mental health is that, for example, like we're used to hearing about diabetes, we're used to hearing about fucking high blood pressure, cancer, all that, but you're not used to hearing like about like this motherfucker's psycho. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like a narcissist. He's like those are like words that you're just starting to hear.
And I'm pretty sure he went to rehab or therapy. I'm pretty sure.
Because I mean, that's the thing, man. A lot of people really are fucking kind of sick in the head, and they don't even know it. Like they'll do shit like manipulative things. And they don't even know that they're doing sick shit, but they're just like, oh shit, I was really.
And it happens. Sometimes it can happen like unconsciously, like you don't even
that's
realize
what
it
I'm
until
saying. Like a lot of people fucking do that shit. Like so with I think like mental health and addiction kind of like. You probably are addicted because your mental health is fucked up, but I think those are two that
kind of go part.
That people don't. Those are more of a pinche vato culo no puede parar de tomar, or it's more of a that nigga's a pussy. He's just they don't take it serious as
like I have
disease.
a brother that he's in Mexico. He got deported, and he was addicted to a lot of drugs. It hurt the family big time. I mean.
I think that's another one. It goes like back to what AV is saying. It's like, what is causing that addiction? There's got to be something that's causing that addiction, you know?
And to me, like I said, my mom got a divorce at 13, and he just, from there, he went wild. Like
like, I think what happens is basically you're dealing with all these problems, so you don't know how to deal with them. Yeah. So there's not enough people telling everybody that you can do things like we're telling them, like, you can go work out. You can go do positive shit. Like the easiest thing is like, even though I fucking love weed, but the easiest thing is smoke a blunt, nigga. Like, or it's like
that's what it was.
And then eventually it goes from a blunt to fucking Xanax to now you're drunk.
It escalates.
And to me, I feel like he was more of the weak-minded. I would
you kind of want to just numb it, like fuck it.
He would cry for everything. He's very sensitive, so you could tell him, "Why are you looking at me?" And he was just like, he would feel so bad. He would just
How was he when he was drunk?
He wouldn't drink. That's the thing. It was. Every time growing up,
those individuals are always like, to me, I'm like you do coke but you don't drink, like
that right there is like shit. Like,
he didn't drink.
You need help. Like we got to get you help.
He didn't drink.
Yeah,
no liquor, no beer. He would always say, "I'm not gonna be like my dad. I'm not gonna drink." But he made it worse because it turned into drugs and it turned into ice and it turned into all of it, and it got really bad. So.
And the crazy thing about those drugs, like it's for the young people, don't fucking try it, because that's what it is. Like ice, Roxy's, fucking heroin. Like it takes one time for somebody to say, here, just it's gonna feel fucking amazing, and then you're gonna keep chasing that, and you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah. So try as much as you can to say no. Don't try that shit, because it's like.
And it was gonna hurt your family.
Yeah, because even though
drag your family,
these juice worlds, these little pumps of the world, like encourage kids do drugs, don't fucking listen to them people.
No,
they don't know shit.
I think some solid advice my mom gave me one time that I was doing bad, like really bad. She was just like if you don't care about yourself, like, do you care about me? Do you care about my dad? And I was like, so at that point, I didn't really care about myself. Because I'm fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Hungover, like, I just want to get fucked up again. And then I thought about it, and I'm like,
being selfish.
I do care about you and my dad and my sister and my family. So that kind of helped, you know what I'm saying? Like, because in that moment when you don't care about yourself, I was like, but I do care about y'all, so I better get my shit together, because I don't want to see y'all fucked up.
It's like if you committed suicide, for example, like you're being selfish, motherfucker, because you don't know the pain that you're gonna cause
all
the people around you.
Yep.
So that's
always been in my mind.
Exactly, because it gets to the point where like sometimes I'm like I feel like everything is crumbling down on me, and like I'm like, man, fuck this shit, like, and then like sometimes I'll have these negative thoughts, and it's like, nah, I can't do that. A lot of people depend on me. I can't let them down. Just
Yeah, man.
no, at that point it's like I can't be selfish.
And
'cause
that's
it's
what like my mom meant by that. Like, just if you don't fucking those moments when you feel like real shitty, just think about the people you love. Man.
exactly.
No,
Exactly.
you know, we were telling my brother that, but I feel like he was so deep in it that it
Yeah,
just.
and see that's the thing when there's like drugs like that, like fucking ice and shit. Like it's hard.
And
to come back from
my
those.
mom would call the cops, you know, to bring him back home. My mom would put him in rehabs, but he would sign and get out. He was already 18, you know, and my mom, she would do everything to help him. My mom would look for him. I seen my mom nights where she wouldn't sleep because we were looking for him, you know, and taking him to hospitals and help us. And we begged so many hospitals to help us. They wouldn't help us.
Yeah.
Until now that he's in Mexico, they have like a rehab, and he's in there because of my mom is paying. Like, you cannot get out until my mom releases you. It's under my mom's rules, you know.
He has to realize. I feel like he has to get to the point where he does realize.
And it
like,
was
shit.
weird because he would talk to you about God. He knows the Bible, you know. He's a great human being, but
a lot of the guys out here in the streets that you see laying down in the floor all fucked up, like they know the Bible. They fucking.
I feel like they want to better. Like, he's cried to
Like,
us, you know. He wants to better himself, but
No puede, like, ta cabrón. Whenever you get hooked with
hard.
shit like that,
Yeah.
Because you feel like the demons are just pulling
like
you
even
down.
just like look, even just alcohol, weed, cigarettes. That's the most basic drugs,
Yeah.
right? Those are hard to quit. Like,
just imagine.
so
something
just
like
imagine fucking when you start getting into shit that.
That's
like,
why
And it goes back to, again, also the people you're surrounded, because you had a valid point, AV. You said, you know, if you surround yourself with people that do those basic things, like, it's going to feel okay to do it. You know, these kind of stuff like, okay, here, have this kind of drug, have this, like
yeah,
you
if your circle is makes it normal, then it's like it becomes a norm. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
It
Like,
is.
That's what they're
Yeah.
pretty much. So it's like, that's another thing that you also have to watch out is like your
Hey,
circle.
Karina's your stylist, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Karina one day we were kicking it and she was like, "You fucking dudes need to stop making it normal to just be hanging out in an apartment, drinking, smoking cigarettes, doing coke and shit. Like, that's not cool."
Yeah.
It's,
She was like, "You don't see girls do that shit. Like what the fuck?" And
Yeah.
it's crazy because
and it's true. I mean, it's really true.
I mean, I'm
you
sure
know? And
there
that's
is
why-
those girls out there that are fucking little coke
obviously.
sluts, but like,
Yeah.
And you know, that's what I've always said, you know, don't point fingers, you know, don't do that, you know. To me, that one thing that really gets to me, it's that when people, they do that, I wouldn't do that, or you
Yeah.
know, they
Being
start
judgmental and shit.
pointing fingers.
and that's
It's like,
crazy
don't do
because
because
that's even happened to me before when I was younger. Like, I would say certain shit, like, because my dad was real judgmental. Like, he's fucking be like, pinches cholos,
Yeah.
this or cholos that, and then eventually I started liking like cholo shit. So, and I would say it too. I'd see a cholo and I'd be like, pinche cholo ridiculo. And then eventually I'd be hanging out with nothing but cholos and shit. Like, so it's like, you're right. You shouldn't judge. You shouldn't. 'cause
shouldn't
Right,
judge.
right.
You never
You
know.
gotta know what they're going through. If you don't know, then don't judge. Like,
No.
it's just that.
And you can be contradicted so fucking, like, I've as a adult, I've realized how, like, I think I'm dead right. And then I'm like, damn, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, one day we're gonna have kids, you know, or the people that don't have kids, you know. ¿Qué tal que si un día te sale uno así como you would be like, ay, yo no, mira.
Yeah.
And I see that shit happen all the time with
Yeah.
like I've seen it happen a lot with like the whole gay situation, like families that are judgmental as fuck
Yeah.
with gay people, and then bam,
There you got
Right
one.
there in
You
the
got one
living room.
yourself. And then there you go, you know, accepting them. So why didn't you accept the other people? Why
Right.
did you have
and
to
I,
point
like you said
fingers?
earlier, I think that's God. Like it's kind of sounds crazy, but the universe, God, like I think that's God, like kind of
Oh, I believe in karma.
teaching
Karma. Yeah.
I
yeah.
karma. Yeah, I believe in
I
it too.
believe in
Yeah, me too.
karma.
Exactly.
I
do.
truly
If it doesn't
believe in karma.
get you like tomorrow, or
It's gonna eventually
yeah,
come to you. I
it
promise.
is. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would sit there like fuck.
No, I'm just thinking. Like,
I got yeah, they were. They really were.
I'm just here thinking, like, damn, it was deep. This shit was deep. Like, it's. I'm just thinking, like,
You're processing everything, like
processing
this
everything
podcast-
one, and then like, I think the best thing we can do is like, you know, motivate people as much as we can.
Try
like
to be good
kind of,
humans.
bring value, with this epic thing. Have you thought about like maybe starting to put content out there, which you guys are very busy, but like you want to represent the brand even more. So have you thought about like putting content out there on your, like,
What does that mean? Like, what do you mean?
content is like
videos
of you working out
Oh, yeah,
more
yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
maybe, quotes, and then like kind of let people know what your story is. Cause maybe if somebody finds your page on Facebook and they're like, Epic JJ, what does this mean?
Yeah.
See, like when we started the episode, you mentioned it, but I didn't want to like get into the real meaning so quick. Yeah. I feel like people, when they really see the real meaning behind it, that's when people are going to gravitate towards it. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. I've always wanted to make a page like for the moms that are grieving. But like I've said, I feel like I'm not there completely. But I feel like we could all learn from each other as we go, Yeah. And I've always thought about that, like make a video in the morning. How did you guys wake up today? Are you feeling okay? Be motivated. Life is beautiful.
There's a couple of people that I have on my not Instagram, my Facebook. Big shout out to Isaiah Solis. That motherfucker's positive as fuck. Every single morning there's a positive quote. And Solo Deuces, positive youngster, man. All positivity. He puts quotes, videos.
And see, that's crazy. Like somebody like you said, don't judge. Like somebody like Isaiah, you would look at it and be like, what the fuck would this 13-year-old be telling me about some motivation shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But like if you read his book, it's like, damn, this motherfucker's gone through more shit than I had. Like his first few years, he went through more shit than I went through.
Exactly.
So it's like,
don't judge. I mean, just don't like.
Yeah, I've had conversations with people, and then I tell them my story or just half of it, and they're like, wow, like they're amazed. Man. Like I would have never.
There's so many people like that I see that, and I'm just like, bro, like how?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you?
So
deal
I
with
think
that
that right there is very underappreciated. All the positivity, because it really doesn't get too much attention, like as much as like a negative shit. Like, but that's appreciated. Just know, guys, that's appreciated. Shout out to y'all for the positivity. We need that shit. But even us, like I sent Avi a message and I was like, Avi, look at this. And it was a lady, Brenda Liz. Shout out to her for giving us the feedback on the podcast. She was like, man, I've been watching y'all's podcast and it's been tough with the whole COVID situation. I have my son in the hospital and you guys watching y'all's podcast, y'all talk about mental health and it's been able to keep me going. You guys are amazing. What you guys are doing is amazing. Keep it up. And that to me was like, whoa,
a blessing.
Wow. I was so speechless good. And it felt so good. And I was like, wow, I really don't know what to say, but thank you. Yeah. And, keep going because I know life is hard. We all have our situations and stuff, but just know there's more. There's a light, at the end of the tunnel. So
of course.
That to me was amazing. And it just only takes one to even fuel your, this even more. That's why.
Man, that was awesome to see. Cause like a lot of times I don't think like, I think that I'm just sitting here, I'm just saying stupid shit behind this mic. But it's like, if I can make somebody laugh or whatever, that's cool.
It's
like,
a blessing.
But I like the thing is that I didn't even know that it was gonna evolve into that, which is the best thing. Because at first I wasn't supposed to be like in the podcast really. Yep. I just started asking questions too. So I was like, well, shit, let's get you a mic.
Yeah, I was like, bro, let's just get you a mic, bro. Let's get it, bro. Man. I mean, so that right there is amazing. And that's, I think, what the mission in general, I feel like, the circle, the people that look at this and like look at like the positivity, like they can get from it. Like, all right, damn, that's nice. Cause that, like I said, that message, like it just took that to fuel it, take it to the next level. And I was like, that's amazing. And I was hanging out too. And one of my buddies came to me and he was like, hey bro, I've been watching your vlogs and your podcast. That shit is amazing. Yeah. And that's it. That's all it took for me to just like, shit, I'm taking it. Like it could be that one comment only. That can be that one. But as long as like they're letting me know.
It's because I think what has that fucked up is like the whole popularity thing.
Yeah.
So, people forget that one life is fucking important. So like if you can touch one person, like that already That's huge. Like with me with the haircut shit, when I knew that it was powerful, this kid told me like, he wasn't really a kid. He was like the year or two younger than me, but he was like, bro, ever since I started getting a haircut here, like I've learned a lot. Like I just from being here, like it's made me more confident, more. This was early on when I started cutting hair. So I was like, that's crazy. Like I would have never thought that after cutting hair, like this nigga literally, he told me like I changed his life type shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's like, ever since then I was that one person. I'm like, that's all it took for me to
if
keep
I
going.
Average
like
15 views and 2 got value tremendously out of it,
hell yeah,
I'm happy.
That's a
it.
blessing.
That's fulfilled. I'm fulfilled. Like
yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
So I think that's the ultimate goal for me. You know, it's like just that fulfillment type shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. We've been here for an hour and 24 minutes. Pearl.
I told you I was gonna talk a lot.
No, I told you like the first 10 minutes.
First 10 minutes were hard.
It was like,
Yeah.
what do I say? I don't want to get a brain fart. It just happens. But it's like after those, it's just, you know.
Yeah.
I think this
I can only imagine a fucking hair session with you and Karina. Like,
Oh man,
shit.
we
That's
were
a-
talking,
that's a-
talking and talking.
that's a whole
and
shift.
But it's like,
I was outside waiting for like 3 hours.
Sometimes we be talking over each other because we're trying to get to the conversation.
Y'all too excited, like, oh shit.
Yeah,
But
like,
I can imagine because it's like that conversation got to be lit at the end of the day because it's like Karina's a hustler, you're a hustler, so like those
and I get
conversations.
to learn from her too. You know, she'll be telling me about something, and I'm like, "Dang, girl, I didn't even know."
She'll be like,
"Good conversation." Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a go-getter. She's I respect her too. Her work and what she does, and like she's always hustling.
Oh
and
yeah, she's cool.
posting, and yeah, she's cool too. So, this episode came out way better than what I expected because I'm like, shit, like I got to make sure this flows good because that's my job as a host.
Yeah.
And I know you were
Thank
nervous,
you.
so
I
like
was
you gave us
very-
one hell of a show.
Thank you.
And we talked about everything. I feel
Yeah,
like
man.
we
touched a lot of good subjects.
we laughed, and like that's the whole mission. So, you know, big thank you for you. Big thank you to Eddie. You know, it's been fun working with you guys, and you know, hopefully
we'll have
can
you back
continue.
in 4 or 5 months.
I
See
think
where
that-
you're at.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
I think
you
the
for
next
having
step
us.
is to have both of you guys and kind of talk about business and relationship and stuff like that. So,
Definitely.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the 31st of October, Q Palace got a Halloween party. So, I want to see y'all there because we're gonna be there. All right. So let's wrap this
Dress
up,
up.
ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Get a nice fancy costume.
Okay,
Yes.
tell them a little bit what it is, bro.
Yeah,
that
let them know.
they-
Let them know.
So we are taking Padrino.
Padrino in the motherfucking building.
Hell yeah.
So you guys doing a costume contest?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
making one. We're
Okay,
making
so a
it.
costume contest. So
$200 to the winner.
ooh. So yeah, $200. Win that shit. Blow it up there. Have a great time. So let's go ahead and
420 friendly only if you bring that Zaza.
but yeah, thank you everybody. We're gonna wrap this up. Peace.
Thank you.